In the ancient hills of Haran, a young woman named Bilhah grew up in the shadow of her mistress, Laban's daughter, Rachel. While Rachel was celebrated for her beauty and charm, Bilhah lived a quieter existence, a servant whose life was bound to the will of others. Yet, her role in the unfolding story of God's chosen people would make her name remembered for generations. Bilhah was given to Rachel as a handmaid when Rachel married Jacob, the grandson of Abraham. Jacob, who had fled his brother Esau's wrath, worked for Laban for 7 years to earn Rachel's hand. But on the wedding night, Laban deceived him, substituting Rachel's elder sister, Leah. Only after agreeing to work another 7 years was Jacob allowed to marry Rachel, the woman he truly loved. As the years passed, Leah bore Jacob many sons, but Rachel remained barren. In her anguish, Rachel turned to Bilhah, offering her as a surrogate to bear children on her behalf, a practice not uncommon in the ancient Near East. Though Bilhah had no choice in the matter, she accepted her role, becoming a vessel for Rachel's hopes and Jacob's lineage. Bilhah's first son, Dan, was named by Rachel, who declared, "God has vindicated me. He has listened to my plea and given me a son." Genesis 30 verse 6. Through Dan, Rachel felt a measure of triumph over her sister Leah, whose fertility had been a source of rivalry. Later, Bilhah bore a second son, Naphtali. Rachel, still embattled in her struggle with Leah, proclaimed, "I have had a great struggle with my sister, and I have won." Genesis 30 verse 8. Despite her significant role in Jacob's family, Bilhah's position was fraught with tension. She was neither a wife nor a mere servant, but occupied a liminal space where her worth was tied to her ability to bear children. Her sons, though loved, were considered Rachel's, and Bilhah herself remained largely in the background, her voice and feelings unrecorded. The story of Bilhah takes a darker turn in Genesis 35 verse 22, where we learn of a shocking betrayal. Reuben, Jacob's eldest son by Leah, went in and slept with his father's concubine Bilhah. The brief mention of this act leaves much to the imagination, but its implications were profound. Reuben's actions were likely a power play, a bid to assert dominance over his father's household. In the patriarchal culture of the time, taking a father's concubine was a grave insult and a challenge to his authority. For Bilhah, the incident must have been devastating. Whether she was coerced or complicit, the text does not say, but her position in the family was undoubtedly shaken. Jacob, upon hearing of the incident, was silent at the time but later condemned Reuben on his deathbed, stripping him of his birthright. Though Bilhah's personal thoughts and feelings are not recorded in Scripture, her life offers a poignant glimpse into the struggles of women in biblical times. She was a woman of loyalty, serving Rachel and Jacob faithfully, yet her life was marked by sorrow and subjugation. Her sons, Dan and Naphtali, became the forebears of 2 tribes of Israel, ensuring that Bilhah's name would not be forgotten. In reflecting on Bilhah's story, we see the complex dynamics of family, power, and faith. Her life reminds us of the resilience of those who endure hardship and the often overlooked contributions of women in the biblical narrative. Though her voice is silent, her story speaks volumes about the human condition and the intricate tapestry of God's plan.